drivers? It's your boy Q Deezy. Double easy. Another episode all about semis. How about you out there, drivers? Man, looky here. It's been a crazy day, crazy week. Boy, look at here. Let's talk about some things. This is going out to a lot of the new drivers that's thinking about getting into trucking. Don't get caught up in a lot of the social media hype, a lot of the stuff that you think is really going on behind the scenes, because a lot of this stuff is not all the glitz and glamour you think it is. But with that being said, can you make it? Absolutely. I've been saying this all the way back from my Warner days and till now. First thing is, when you jump into this, you got to know what you want out of trucking. If you're jumping into this because you chasing the money, always a recipe for disaster. There's a lot that go into trucking, and trucking is about building relationships. Once you start changing levels and leveling up and going in different directions, there's so many venues of trucking. You know, there's flatbed, there's tanker, there's step deck, there's heavy haul, there's coverall, there's hazmat. You know, there's specialty. Specialty could be extended heavy haul. It's a lot of different areas of trucking. Know what you want out of it. If you come in thinking you're just going to chase the money and think you're going to make money right out of school, and it's a pipe dream. There's a lot of people out here selling pipe dreams. And I'm going to just give you a spoiler alert. You know, I came out of school about 5 years ago. I was an owner-operator in about a year. Not even, maybe 6 months, 6 to 4 months. I did some videos on it. They back there in my archive somewhere. About 6 months I was an owner-operator. I leased my first truck like 4 or 5 months out of school. Not knowing a whole lot about trucking, but I knew a lot about business, and I understood business, and I knew what kind of mindset I have. I was always a go-getter, so I knew I had to get out there and drive that truck. And my goal was to learn the truck and learn how to operate the truck. And then the business came, you know, right after that. But I was able to do it, you know. So I know it can be done. But the important part is you got to know what you want out of this. You know, this seems like it's a topic that never gets old. You got to know what you want out of trucking, man. You can't just jump in it blindly thinking you're going to make money and you ain't got no experience. It's just not going to happen. These companies going to take advantage of you. They're going to rape you without no Vaseline, and you're going to be sitting on the sideline wondering what happened and how it happened. You know, but if you apply yourself, do your due diligence, get your finances in order before you jump into this, get yourself in order, get your family in order, and have a good, strong background from the start, you'll be able to make it, you know, because when you know what your goal is, you motivated differently. That thing hits differently when you got a different kind of motivation. You got a different kind of goal. You know what I'm saying? And it pushes you in a way where you want to make that goal prosper and everything that you want. See, where I'm at now in my career, trucking's gotta work, man. It's gotta work. I don't even see it no other way. You know, I put too much into it. I put my all into it. I know what I want out of it. I know how long I want to be in it, and I know what I want out of it. You know, everybody ain't meant to be fleet owners. Everybody ain't even meant to be owner operators, to be real with you. Everybody's not even meant to be driving a truck, you know, but you got to know where you fit in at, and make it work. You know what equipment that you're going to need. Learn the business. So many people, you know, are jumping in without even knowing the business, not even knowing how to operate the truck, you know. So that's something I think that we'll never ever be able to iterate enough. Can trucking be good? Yes. Is trucking like it used to be? No. But I done been through pre-COVID, before COVID hit. I done been in COVID, been out of COVID, and here I am now. And I came in with a whole different strategy. I leased trucks just to learn the business. I didn't go into it with that mindset of wanting to know if I was going to own a truck and all that, because my goal wasn't even to own a truck at that time. It was just really to learn the business. And then that's how I learned that, okay, learn lanes and learn how to, book freight and learn how to make relationships. That was more value to me than trying to buy a truck. But a lot of guys get caught up in the truck. They want to buy the truck. They want their own truck. I'm going to get my own, but they ain't even really thought about the real responsibilities that come into it. I knew I wanted my own truck later. To be honest, I knew I wanted it later, but at first I didn't even have no intentions on getting a truck. I wanted to get me a good company to work for, and I was content with that. But once I realized that wasn't me, because that's not even in my personality. I've been an entrepreneur most of my life, so I don't even know why I even thought that in the first place. But I thought that's what I wanted. But once I snapped out of it, I knew I wanted my truck. So when I came into it and bought my truck cash. My situation was different. I had already owned a repair business. I was a master mechanic. For those of you that don't know, and if you look at a lot of my videos now, I'm teaching people how to work on their truck. So I had a leg up, and a lot of stuff I work on my own truck, because when you come into this business, your truck is your number one highest expense outside of fuel, right? So everything that I can do on my truck is going to benefit me. But here's the other trade-off. Guys come out and they want these 579s, these 379s, or whatever it is, and these Petes and these KWs. And what you got to understand, you might want that, but just know where you going with it. See, for me, I knew it was a possibility I might expand. So I knew I wanted a truck that if it went down, I can get it up and anybody can work on it. And I wanted a truck that I could work on, and this is why I decided to go with the Detroit, and I was always a fan of the Detroits anyway, as a matter of fact, I'm coming to you guys from my bus. My bus has a Detroit 671 in it, old school engine, all mechanical, super reliable. Matter of fact, they say this is the engine in this bus that won the war, but that's a whole time for a whole nother video. But I wanted something that if it went down, I didn't have to worry about, one, is the parts going to be available. This is a lot of the problems you have with a lot of these Volvos and these Pack cars. And yeah, they're nice. Some of them are roomy. But when you're looking long term and you're looking at your business goals, I want something that I can get back up and get running. I ain't got time for my truck to be sitting for 3 weeks and a month. And I know guys that went out of business because their trucks was just sitting because they couldn't get the parts, or the parts was just astronomical. So if you want that Volvo, know that Volvo gonna cost that bread. Now, do they run like that? Ride like Cadillacs? Oh yes, they do. I've had them, but that would never be a truck that I would buy for longevity and for the kind of work that I do. I need something that's going to be able to stand the time, the test of time. And this is why a lot of your old guys like the old 60 series. They like the old, old Volvos. That D13, boy, look at here. They go with stuff they know they can fix, maintain. They might not want to have to worry about DEF. They might not want to have to worry about, certain emission things that these new trucks have, because they know the type of environment those trucks are going to be in. They know what type of environment they're working in. They know what type of revenue that they're bringing in, and they don't want nothing that's going to hinder their money, because at the end of the day, this is a profit thing, and you're trying to make a profit. So when you come into this, you definitely got to know what you want out of it, because that's going to affect a lot of the choices that you make. There's a lot of people out here trying to make it look like it is something that is not. Trucking is not bad, I'm not going to tell y'all that trucking is not bad. Trucking is bad and that you should get into it, or you shouldn't get into it. But what I will tell you is, I believe that you can make anything work that you want to make work. You can make anything happen that you want to make happen. People told me, don't get in the truck and don't do it. It ain't the same. Stay out of it. And a lot of it came from a lot of truckers, to be honest with you. But a lot of those guys, for some reason, they think like people coming in is taking money out of their pocket. It's never going to be enough for one person. You know what I'm saying? And we all in different parts of the world, different parts of the country, and it's going to be enough for everybody. I turn down loads every day. I'm turning down loads. It's just stuff that I'm not going to run. And with saying that, you need to know the business. Because how do you know if something is a good rate or not if you don't take time to learn the business? Now you out here running loads for 60 cents a mile, $1 a mile, and you're not profitable, and you wondering why. Learn the business. I can't stress that enough. You gotta learn the business. You just have to. I took the time, sacrificed revenue, worked for a company out of Chicago. I was like 3 months out of school, and I went up there, leased a truck, just because I wanted to be able to book my own freight or go where I wanted to go. I necessarily couldn't book it with this particular company, but I could say, hey, I didn't want to do this load. They couldn't make me do the load, right? But I learned control, and I learned lanes, and I learned what kind of stuff ran in certain areas and different times of the year. I learned a lot of stuff by leasing that first truck with no experience. Then by the time I really got the hang of it, it was like, okay, you know what? I need to be in this area in the summer. I need to be in this area in the winter. And if I'm going to be in here in the winter, maybe I might need to be in flatbeds in the summer over in the west. South, I might want to be in reefer. Where produce and things are coming. I learned that stuff. Once you learn that kind of stuff, you know where you want to be and what you want to get into. I didn't want to make this a real long video, but this is a topic that just seems never to get old, and it's like you have to educate yourself. I see so many guys jump into these mega carriers, and they're like, they'll go to Variant, they'll go to US Express and all these companies, and they're like, I'm leasing a truck. I'm a lease purchase operator, and if I don't want to do it, I ain't got to do it. Yeah, but you know what? That payment, that $1,000 payment, and they say, I ain't paying $1,000. Okay, so your payment might be about $700, but by the time they finish with the trailer and your bobtail insurance and your occupational insurance and then your cargo insurance and then everything else, you're roughly about $1,000 a week for that truck. So rather you run or not, rather you make a whole lot or not, you got to pay that. And they want to just jump into these trucks because they putting them in brand new trucks, no money out of pocket. Oh, it's a walk-away lease. That truck don't mean nothing if it ain't bringing you any money. Let's just get that out the way. Let's clear the elephant in the room. I don't care how nice the truck is. If you're the type of person that you just want to be out there working for a truck, hey, we all got our reasons, and I'm not judging you. But for most of us, we're trying to support ourselves or our families, and we're not trying to get caught up in that. But some people get caught up in, these companies tell you, you gotta, this is a 2024. It's a we got a 500,000 mile powertrain warranty on it, but they'll still take out an escrow for the warranty. Well, why are you taking money out of my check if this is a brand new truck? A whole other video. But guys jump into this, and then when they get they done ran all around the country 3,000 miles, 4,000 miles, and they check is $400. Now they wonder why they ain't got no monions. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to cut this short. We got to learn the business first. We got to do better first. We got to know what we want first. Because if you don't know what you want, somebody's going to tell you what you want. And you're going to give somebody what they think you want, right? And think about that. You're going to give somebody what they think you want, right? So in other words, you're going to make them the money. They going to watch you make them the money, you know. So if you know that I want money, I'm going to have demands. There's going to be a certain rate that I gotta have. I'm not running, a dollar freight for nobody. I'm just not doing it. There's just gonna be stipulations that you'll learn to have. You'll learn what it costs you to run a truck. Learn what it costs you to run a truck for you to jump out there and want to get a truck. So we had about 15, almost 16 minutes on this video, man. I just kind of wanted to throw this out there to you guys, to you new guys coming in, that's following us, guys that's came before you. And every day I look at, I'm blessed. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, man. I had my rough patches, so many times I've almost went out of business, and almost just threw the towels in, because either I was just tired or something crazy happened, and the Most High always got me up out of it some kind of way. But there's plenty of times I almost didn't make it, but I done beat the odds, and for me, this gotta work. It don't work and I just throw the towel in and I give up. No, this gotta work. Unlikely for most people, they don't have that luxury coming in with no experience to come in with paid equipment like I did. But the thing is, I was in another field and I was good with my money. So when I came in the truck and I decided what it was that I wanted, I knew I had to come in and I wanted my own truck, and I didn't want to have payments on my truck. So I was really good with my money. And the thing is, that's another thing, that you got to be financially stable and understand that you got to learn how to manage money to even come in this, to be thinking about you want to be, I don't care if it's an owner operator or a lease operator or a carrier, owner, or have your own authority like I do, and whatever it may be, you need to know how to manage your money. Because if you can't manage your money, anything that I just said in this video ain't gonna matter. I don't care how hard you do it. So guys, this is your boy QDZ. I'm about to take it down, man. This has been a long day, back and forth dealing with the truck, and somebody cracked my windshield today. I'm just like, you know what, over it. So I'm just about to take it down right now. But I wanted to throw this nugget out there and give back again, as I always do. If there's anything you want to see, you holler at me. All right? Peace out.
Later.